And we welcome you courtside here in San Bernardino, California, the Pierce Sports Center for the third of 4 matches here on Memorial Day 2022 as we conclude our third weekend of the 2022 regular season. The Las Vegas Ramblers, they are 4-1 on the year, and they continue to roll. They will take on the expansion Colorado Kraken today. Las Vegas has already won this weekend. They are looking to go 2-0 on the weekend, and to take a look at what to expect today from the Ramblers, we'll send it to the sideline. Here's Noah Chast with the head coach for the Las Vegas Ramblers, and that's Miguel Monterella.
Thanks, Ira, here with Ramblers head coach Miguel Monterello. And Miguel, you guys are 4-1 right now. How do you take care of business and close out this weekend?
Well, you know what? We're very lucky that the group that we have has been committed from day one. And I feel that with all the practice and everything that we accomplished the last couple of months, we'll get into peak at the right time. So looking forward to tonight's match. A couple of guys, one guy in particular that is injured tonight, Ratchford, might not play tonight. But we'll see. I think that the rest of the group should be able to take care of business. And
so who are you expecting to kind of step up in his absence?
Hobbs has been a guy from the beginning of the season too. It's a guy that has been very consistent, one of our best passers, if not the best passer. So I feel that with him and his presence, we should be able to accomplish our goal tonight.
And this Kraken team, I mean, they're an expansion team, but they've got a lot of fight to them, got a couple wins under their belt already. How do you kind of suppress any fight and grit that they might throw at you?
Well, Mr. 19 is going to be hard to control. I mean, he has been phenomenal for the last couple of months, the last couple of events. So that's a guy that I'm sure is going to get his points tonight, but we're going to definitely key on him and try to slow him down the best we can.
And what's something you want to see from your squad tonight?
I definitely want him to understand that there's going to be a very good chance for us to get to where we want to go, which is the finals. So every single night that we get a chance to play, we want to get closer to that goal. So I'm looking forward to them to just establish a game early and finish the season strong tonight.
Thank you, Coach Miguel of the Las Vegas Ramblers. Ira and Matt, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Noah, and obviously that's going to be some implications here for Las Vegas, as they are going to be without Brandon Rattray, their superstar. Well, the difference, however, unlike the last match we saw where the Dallas Tornadoes completely folded their tent and went home without their superstar Felix Chapman, Las Vegas is stacked. They have other weapons. So without Brandon out there, and he is available today, so folks who are worried about Brandon Rattray, he is available. He just has some discomfort in his elbow, so they are going to rest him today. If he's needed, he will be out there. Las Vegas hopes they don't need him today. Meanwhile, for Colorado, a team that's shown a lot of fight, and I think we've been impressed with the fact that they've come out this year and showed us something. Seattle got its first win of the year in the last match, and they needed Felix Chapman, as this one's coming our way. Hey, look at that. They need Felix Chapman to leave to catch a flight to give Seattle a chance to fight. Yeah. Colorado can fight on its own right now. They have gotten contributions. Up and down the roster, Liam Jenkinson has had a great year. Rowdy Martin has come in as a setter with some swagger. Yep. And certainly somebody we're going to key on as this match goes forward. To tell you more about the Colorado Kraken, we're going to send it over to the sideline, and Noah Chast has a word now with Kraken head coach Jonathan Dacklison.
Thank you, Ira. Yes, you said it. Kraken head coach Jonathan Dacklison. And John, it's a tough Ramblers team ahead of you today. Yeah. What is your plan to outmatch them?
So we've been strategizing and watching film and stuff. So we definitely have to work on our serve receive, and we definitely know what to do as far as who to attack on, either when we're attacking balls or serving. So we definitely have that strategy for us. But literally, from lessons learned from the other match, our serve receive struggled a little bit, or actually a lot. But so that's our main focus at this point. And because we have attackers, we have passers, we have blockers. Just a matter of just be disciplined and then take care of the ball.
And no Rattray for the Ramblers. Is there a plan for you to expose that a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah, we already, that's part of our strategy as well. Yeah.
Are you able to share any of that strategy, or is that?
At this point, no. We're just going to go at it and, focus on the little things, and they just stay disciplined for this match. That's the key thing, is they have to be disciplined for this match coming up.
Is there any one player or maybe one aspect of your team that's an X factor that could put you over the edge against a team like the Ramblers?
It's going to be actually two. It'll be my outside hitters, because they have a lot of different ways of attacking the ball, not just always outside. We have a lot of secret power we can do that we've been practicing lately. So hopefully that comes to our advantage.
Well, thank you, Coach. I look forward to seeing this plan and this advantage come into fruition. Coach Dacklison with the Colorado Kraken. Ira, Matt?
Well, he's Matt Prosser. I'm Ira Thor. We don't have superpowers, although my last name is Thor, so that would be very misleading. However, Brandon Rattray, listen, the obvious answer here from Jonathan Dacklison is they're going to make somebody else beat them today. The game plan is very simple, I believe. Yeah. When you have a Brandon Rattray out there, you know the ball is going to him today, going to him quite a bit. They're going to move the ball around. I want to see today Carnegie, as he will come in. Matt made his debut, the former Vassar standout and the European star, came in and made an imprint on this Las Vegas roster. I think today is the day for him to kind of take over that second spot on this team. But it could be somebody else, Matt, and we know the Ramblers are loaded.
Yeah, you've got Ryan Mather, the opposite hitter for the Ramblers, who is a very strong and capable player to be able to carry a huge offensive load for them as well. And you've got Jordan Hoppe, and John Carlson also has done a very nice job helping out and contributing when his number gets called. So, yeah, the depth of the Ramblers will probably really pay off for them today, whether or not Brandon Rattray can or cannot play.
Can't forget that Jordan Hoppe was the leading scorer in the NVA through the not only first event weekend of the year, but halfway through Mother's Day weekend as well. Only recently surpassed by Felix Chapman.
He does lead the NVA in aces.
And that's going to continue until somebody catches him at this point, because he's running away with that category. Other players like Ian Kapp and others who have dominated from behind the service line have been less dominant this year, and Jordan has certainly taken ownership there. It's funny, in the pregame show earlier in the week, I had a Freudian slip where I combined Brandon Rattray and Jordan Hoppy into Brandon Hoppy, and man, that would be one insanely superstar player. But Hoppy and company, along with the aforementioned Ramblers, looking to improve to 5-1 on the year. Out of the American Coastal, they are at that top of the division. They are well on their way to a division championship, and one of 4 automatic bids to the NVA championship at the beginning of August. Meanwhile, the Kraken, they're 2-3 at the American Central. This is the only meeting of the year between the two teams that are fairly close in where they're located geographically, as Las Vegas and Colorado are 3rd of 4 matches. Speaking of close geographically, don't miss the final match of the day. That will be a 6 p.m. Pacific first serve, the Battle of the 405 Freeway, as the LA Blaze take on the OC Stunners. I won't be here because I got to catch a flight back to Jersey. Matt won't be here because he'll be on the sideline coaching his Stunners, who will look to improve to 4-2 on the year. So there'll be Nick by himself, and that by itself is worth the watch.
Yes, it is. Worth the price of admission.
So let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Colorado Kraken. Again, they're coached by Jonathan Dackelson. 2-3 on the year. Outside hitters will be number 19, Alvaro Hidalgo, who continues to go off. One of the top scorers, one of the more efficient scorers in the league so far this year. Raul Patel wears number 3. He's the other outside. Matt Gagne, a.k.a. Matt Gaynor, is your one middle. Other middle is Dylan Haskell. Liam Jenkinson's on the right side, wearing number 5. The man with the hair that radiates throughout the Pierce Sports Center, Rowdy Martin, is setting. And the always reliable J.J. Rosa is your libero. Meanwhile, taking a look at the starters for the Las Vegas Ramblers, and McInerney is getting the start, number 17. Also out there is Ryan Mather. John Carlson. Jonathan Carlson also on the floor. Jordan Hoppy is out there. Keep an eye on him. Kevin Vaz is one of the middles. And Michael Keegan, the reliable setter, has hands for this one, as we are nearly underway. By the way, Ryan Mnuchin is the libero start here for the Las Vegas Ramblers.
I think the middle attackers for the Ramblers will do a very good job overpowering the Kraken's middle blocker core here. We'll see what Kevin Vaz can do. And that's an easy side out right out of the gates for the Ramblers.
Yeah, Martin with the early miss. Carnegie on the court. And Kevin Vaz will serve. .6'8" out of Pepperdine. Over on 1. Carnegie nearly put it down. Free balled over for Vegas. And they go to Carlson, and he does the early damage.
I think another thing that will favor Las Vegas is as the rally progresses, Michael Keegan can reach into his bag of tricks and find a few more hitters. It should be terminal for their side.
And Vaz misses long here. For Colorado, it's really going to be management of this Vegas roster today. Who do you target? Who is your target in serve or reception to try to put them back on their heels? Do you go after Mnuchin like they do there? There's so many weapons that can beat you. Patel does a nice job of running this one down, sent over awkwardly by Martin. They have to get back quickly, and not enough as Mather puts it away.
Well, the effort is definitely there from the Kraken. It's a nice run down by Rosa and Patel. However, the transition attacking of Ryan Mather, opposite hitter for the Ramblers, is going to be very difficult to slow down if you're a Kraken fan.
You know, I was early on the Texas Tyrants bandwagon as a team that's going to win a championship this year, but I know better than to sleep on Las Vegas, and they're continuing to get better as this season goes on as they add pieces, and Jordan Hoppy continues to get better. one of the most improved players in the NVA, as he elevates to put that high off the hands for a quick 4-1 lead. And we will see Michael Keegan, who by himself might be one of the most improved players in the league, back to serve. Big serve from Keegan. Rowdy has to go up with one hand, and that allows Gaynor to put it away. And Gaynor will serve. 6'7" out of Clark University, Chicago, Illinois native. Mather down the line, and Martin couldn't handle it. First match this weekend for the Kraken was on Saturday. Of course, we're doing a Saturday, Sunday, Monday format for Memorial Day. And the Kraken fell to Matt Prosser's OC Stunners 3-1. They actually won the first set 28-26 for the Stunners, who are often slow starters. Allowed Nick West to fill them with coffee, and they prevailed 25-18, 15, and 20 the rest of the way. However, a couple players for Colorado had great efforts. Hidalgo continues to excel, 15 kills in that match, and Matt Gaynor had 10 himself. So players to look out for Colorado, as that is swatted off the block and out of play. And we will see Matt Carnegie serving, Kevin Vaz back in. And they certainly are already becoming one of the better middle tandems in the NVA, even though they've just begun working together. And trying to force that one to stay in play. Martin couldn't keep it inside the lines. 7-3. And that's left short by Carnegie. And here's Raul Patel to serve, and he gets the ace as he handcuffs Carlson. Patel continues to show you something.
Yeah, Patel can be dangerous. He's a bit of a liability on the block and defense side, but offensively, the left-handed outside hitter has some good power in that attack.
He had 7 kills, and that's blocked back. And Haskell shuts down Vaz one-on-one.
Haskell doing a nice job with his reading of the Rambler offense that time, getting his hands up and over the net for that block.
Remember, Raul Patel did not play collegiate volleyball. He was discovered basically in an open gym. As Carlson puts it away. Sometimes you find those diamonds in the rough where you least expect it. He'd been playing, obviously played in high school, but chose not to play in college, wasn't recruited heavily, and had been playing in his early adult life in open gyms and was discovered in Colorado. And when the Kraken were born, he was recruited and has found his way into the starting lineup and has been a contributor. As they go outside of Hidalgo, and Alvaro, who had been error-free coming into this weekend, is starting to look human again. 5 errors, despite the 15 kills in the
Kraken
3-1 loss to you guys, and now 1 here.
The Kraken need Hidalgo to really have a nice match to support some of their offensive needs, and that's not a very fortuitous start for the outside hitter.
Martin goes high on that one, and that's kept alive by Carlson and dumped deep. Rosa goes back. Hidalgo, Mather gets a piece of it, and a tight one is sent over. Attacking on 2, Rowdy Martin gets his troops sparked up. Rowdy Martin, who you don't always know what you're going to get out of him. He is certainly a ball of energy.
He certainly is that. He's very electrifying. He's a good, solid setter. But, yeah, a bit of a wild card as well.
We were having dinner yesterday, and A member of our party kind of compared him. I've always compared the hairdo to Sean O'Malley, who's the emerging USC star, as that is put away by Mather. Somebody said, he's got a little Machine Gun Kelly to him.
Yes, definitely, I agree. The
swagger for sure.
Swagger, the earring, the necklace, the tattoos, not just the colorful hairdo.
He just needs a vial of blood from Megan Fox around his neck, and he's the full package. Apparently that's the thing now. Carlson with the serve. Oh, broken play there. And Colorado, can they take advantage? Broken play, a rare one there. Keegan couldn't connect. And the lead is cut to 2. It's 10-8. As Machine Gun Rowdy Martin drops back to serve. Lands it out of play. And here's Kavin Vaz to serve. Down in Patel's ankles. He couldn't handle it. And an ace for Vaz. (12-8) your score for Vaz. Too long as J.J. Rosa ducks and covers. Manoukian returns for Vaz. Here is Alvaro Hidalgo. Big serve, Hidalgo with the ace.
Hidalgo getting one back after he got ace from Vaz just a few points ago.
Well, Hidalgo is 3rd in the NVA coming to action today in points per set on the best scorer list at 5.2. Well behind first place Felix Chapman, but Felix Chapman has further cemented himself as the MVP right now, perhaps of the NVA. Because without him, when he had to leave to catch a flight, the Dallas Tornadoes just collapsed.
They also had a player get injured earlier on. Their setter Arredondo got injured with a low back strain and was advised to not continue on. So Tornadoes really ran out of personnel throughout that match after Chapman had to leave.
And another ace for Hidalgo as that one caroms up off the air conditioning supports here in the upper levels of the Pierce Sports Center. That allows Colorado to come all the way back from 7-2 down to tie it at 12 apiece. And Hidalgo that time left it short, but a good run for him. And we'll take a look here at Michael Keegan, former IPFW product. And he left it short as well. Keegan just turned 25 years old a few weeks ago. Here's Matt Gaynor. Nobody recognized it off the block and put away another kill for Ryan Mather to get us going, as Vegas regains a 14-13 lead. And here's Jordan Hoppy, beware. Martin able to try to get a hand on that, but the paw's not enough. Hoppy with an ace.
Well, his ace total continues to climb. Jordan Hoppy just has his jump serve really wired so far this season, driving that ball as close to the top of the tape as possible, putting a lot of serve reception players on their heels, and then he throws in a short one like that.
That's a trick shot, but Hidalgo has an answer from the back row.
Great timing out of that big attack from the Kraken. Credit to Patel for that perfect pass as well.
Here's Liam Jenkinson, the Darlington, England product. That is too long. And at 16-14, as that ball sails out of play, we go to our technical timeout in game number 1. Vegas has a 2-point lead. They'll look for more when we return. And we're back courtside here as Las Vegas looks to build upon their lead. Here is former Vassar multiple-time All-American Matt Knigge to serve. And off of the shoulder of the setter Michael Keegan, that attack goes by Jenkinson. And a side out back to Colorado looking to tie. Rahul Patel actually played middle yesterday on a couple of rotations where he likely was the smallest middle in the history of the NVA, but didn't get taken advantage of there. He actually showed some ability. And that is put away by Ryan Mather.
A really nice transition play that time from the Ramblers. John Carlson kind of chipping that ball off the block, and his team gets a cover, and then Mather puts away that second chance opportunity.
So a 2-point lead, Mather to serve for Vegas. Oh, a big ace. Mather unloads. Could be a free ball. Vaz gets stuffed. Shut down by Rowdy Martin.
Now that overpass just a tiny bit too high for Vaz to step close and hit. It gave Martin all the time in the world to get in front of Vaz and get a huge stuff down on him.
We saw that a couple times yesterday where he elevated to stuff balls that were going to be just freed over. He's shown an uncanny ability to get involved offensively. And speaking of the devil, he misfires there. Oh, he wanted that. So can the Ramblers capitalize on that mistake? John Carlson, former Concordia University Irvine product, still a youngster, just 23 years old. Hidalgo down the line through the block for another kill.
Hidalgo is a very high flyer. The kid can absolutely jump out of the gym and has a cannon for an arm as well, Ira.
And Rowdy Martin, your server. They were back to Vaz, off the hands. Martin quick to get there. And Liam Jenkinson swinging away to lefty, puts it away. And Colorado is hanging around down one. And the cross-court attempt by Hoppy, that won't find the court. And the Kraken have tied it again. They had equaled it at 12-12. It's now 19-19. And this is a far more interesting match so far than we probably thought we were going to get.
Yeah, certainly, Ira, you're right.
And this time, Hoppy doesn't miss.
Hoppy says never twice. Keegan gives him a chance to fix that error from the previous swing.
So Kaveen Vaz returns. They're going to make a serving substitution, and entering for Vegas will be Spencer Andrews. Andrews also 23 years old. A lot of youth on the side of the Las Vegas Ramblers. And that's left short. He's actually 25 years old, by the way. I can't read numbers. Still just a young man, and that's coming our way. A kill for Matt Carnegie to put Vegas back on top. Now 21-20, but a crucial serve coming up here for Michael Keegan.
Tense moments for both teams here as we get into the business end of set number one, Ira. Closer than we thought, like you said.
Oh, thunder, but Gaynor couldn't find the court, and he wants that one back. The highlight reel swing not within the lines, and a 2-point edge. He knew better than to consider challenging that. He knows he misfired. And Keegan looks for more. Martin has to run that one down. The back set to Jenkinson, who connects.
Jenkinson with the no-look lefty swing down the line for a huge side out for the Kraken. Very athletic play by that man.
Gaynor serving, trying to tie. Matt Carnegie dropping the hammer.
The Ramblers have to activate Carnegie through the middle, especially as this match progresses. He can hammer the ball, as we just saw, and will be a huge offensive weapon for the Ramblers.
The biggest serving weapon in the league is Jordan Hoppy. That's corralled by Patel. Patel will send the deep poke. And that is stuffed back, but long, as Haskell thought he had it. And that will give the Ramblers 3 set points, leading 24-21. And Hoppy misses the corner. So one side out, or one set point avoided. Side out for Colorado. Jenkinson up to the task now. His team down 24-22. And Jonathan Carlson will end it here as he puts away the cross-court placement. And the Las Vegas Ramblers take game one, 25-22. And they're leading the match 1-0. Match will continue next. Game two coming up from the Pierce Sports Center. Rejoin us, will you? looking at the numbers from set number 1, and all I can say is Ryan Mather was awesome. Hit 86%, 6 kills in 7 swings with no errors. Dug only 1 time. And, well, who's going to take the workload without Brandon Rattray being able to see the court? Or he could have seen the court, but he chose, to rest, which is probably wise with a lot of season still to play. Well, right now in game number 1, it was Mather. It could be Carnegie. It could be Carlson. Very well could be Hoppy, but the options are limitless.
Plentiful, if you will.
Bountiful. The Ramblers are bountiful, full of weapons. Meanwhile, as we start game number 2 with a kill from Alvaro Hidalgo, well, thank you, Mr. Hidalgo, because that's where my next thought was going. He only had 4 attempts in the entire first set. He's the 3rd leading scorer in the league. Cannot have 4 attempts in a set.
Yeah, they need more of Hidalgo for sure. They want to pull off a set victory here, let alone a match victory.
Useful spot there by Jordan Hoppy. It's only the 3rd kill of the match for Hidalgo. Meanwhile, if I'm Las Vegas, and you touched on this earlier, Matt, I'm going after on the service game here. Raul Patel served at a 29% service reception rate in game 1. Make him earn it. And they do there as they split Patel and J.J. Rosa.
Voss getting his 2nd ace of the match so far.
Kaveen Vaz picks up the 4th ace as a team. Spread out over 3 different players. Forces Rosa to pass that one. That is blocked back by Las Vegas, by Carnegie. And Carnegie was a little slow to react, and that left Hidalgo one-on-one. Good set by Martin, kind of left Las Vegas flat-footed.
Yeah, Jordan Hoppy actually jumped on a back row setter, which then took him out of the blocking rhythm of a right side attacker and basically giving the Kraken a free net to hit on.
That is run down by Keegan and sent nice and high to allow everybody to reset. Venusian's there. And somebody's into the net. Oh, that's 4 touches they're saying. Where's the 4th touch?
It was Carnegie touched it. He reached back and grazed it, and then Hoppy played it.
Okay, I missed that looking through the camera.
Venusian played it, then yeah. So
let's stand up, shall we?
Sure.
Let's do this.
I'd love to stay next to you.
On day 7, Matt, I will rise. Of course, Matt's 6'7", so looking over at me, he might tell me to still stand up.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend here at the broadcast booth, so it is nice to stretch the legs a bit.
Trying to crack my hip here, which is falling asleep.
For you before you get on a overnight cross-country flight.
Fortunately, I'm not in the middle seat this time. I fought my way out of that.
Oh, was it a bloody fight?
1-2 miss.
Fight. Street fight?
Nothing that will concern the folks at the TSA, that's for sure. No, I paid an extra $12. I got an upgrade.
$12, huh?
Yeah, it was not bad.
It's totally worth it.
To me, it was. I'm charging Nick England.
As you should.
That one sails long. There's a little miscommunication on the previous play where Carnegie dropped right into the defensive space of Ryan Venusian and Libero. And that's why you saw the ping pong between those two. And this is a 4-4 early game 2 set. Rosa lays out for that. Good defense by Venusian. Here's Carlson swinging away. He's able to tool a block for the kill. Meanwhile, Nick England is not doing this match. He's also not even paying attention to this match because the man is obsessed with his dog. His wife has brought the dog into the Pure Sports Center, and he's upstairs in the upper level right now playing with Ollie.
Ollie, the all-white Akita.
Venusian runs that one down. Oh, bombs from Haskell. Dylan Haskell, his second kill of the match, and none will be more resounding than that. What a swing as Colorado ties it at 5. Ollie, however, is not impressed as he has run away from Nick England. Ollie has a play called after him. And we'll call that out eventually as Ryan Mather puts away yet another kill. That wasn't even a full approach. Mather had a stutter step and was able to just swat at it.
Set from Keegan coming all the way from the left side of the court, so Mather had to adjust his timing a little bit, but Mather has seen that before a couple of times and still is able to get the ball to the floor.
Here's Matt Knigge. And Rowdy Martin attacks on 2. Sneaky, sneaky. But when the pass is that tight to the tape, Rowdy Martin loves to turn and offer at it, and he certainly did there.
A very offensively minded setter is Rowdy Martin.
Here's Rahul Patel. He lands the ace. Tell you what, for a discovered player, somebody who probably did not have much ambitions of turning pro, he can play. His passing is a little bit of a liability, as you said, but the rest of his game is fun to watch.
He might not be the most physically dominant player or intimidating player on the court, but very quick, dynamic, and left-handed. Good jumper.
They go to Carlson. Patel's there to say, hey, I can pass the ball. Rosa lays out. A couple broken plays here. And that cannot be popped over, and Ryan Mather gets credit for another point terminated. So a 7-7 contest, and Ryan Mather looking for more. See if he can score from the service line. Well, not here as that sails into Pleasanton. Leave it for Kaveen Vaz, and he puts a dent in the floor.
That was a big one from Kaveen Vaz. Cross body.
That may have actually landed right in front of the foot of Liam Jenkinson, who, well, that was faster than the Concorde. Carlson, your server. And there's return fire from Matt Gaynor, who stands there and flexes and admires his work. That is the Kraken version of a bat flip.
I don't think that bicep flex is going to intimidate too many people on the Ramblers side.
No, he's definitely not a Felix Chapman or a Brandon Rattray or, you know, some other of our gifted muscular friends here in the NVA. Kaveen Vaz, power poke there, and Hidalgo sends it over. Vaz, again run down by Colorado, and this comes over. Good rally here between these squads. Hidalgo tries to end it, and he does off of Vaz's head, I believe. And Rowdy Martin gripping the ball in a 2-point lead. They go to Hoppy at his collected. Here's Patel swinging away, and he finds the back line. And Colorado, well, they're out playing Las Vegas right now, and the Ramblers are going to make a substitution. And surprisingly, they're pulling, for the moment, their top scorer as Ryan Mather comes out and John Allerkamp is in. Vaz, reach out and stuff someone. Flex, Mr. Gainer. And this is popped up off the ceiling, and the Ramblers are lucky that's not an ace. They'll look to score here, and they won't. It's Gavin Vaz and Michael Keegan shut the window.
Well, payback for them as well after Kraken block and defense has scored some points, and now it's a Ramblers' turn.
Amazing how one sequence can turn so quickly. What was nearly an ace becomes a resounding stuff down. Now a 3-point deficit. That becomes 4, however, as the serve can't connect. It's 13-9 Colorado. Take a closer look here at the former Matador, Alvaro Hidalgo. His serve sails too long. Here's Keegan, the quarterback of this Rambler offense. Rosa, pretty pass, and that allows Jenkinson to swing away. Hoppy got a touch. Rowdy Martin, pretty back set, but the Englishman, no Magna Carta for him.
Falling away, left-handed swing that time from the right sider, just not the optimal body position to get that swing.
And that is just long. Patel decided to let that one go. I could see a potential Rambler challenge here because that was close enough. And they are indeed going to challenge. I think all of us saw that one coming.
Yeah, they almost didn't take it, but I thought I saw a sheepish look on the Kraken sideline and reserves over there saying that that ball was in fact inbounds.
Come on, Colorado, where is your poker face? Can't give that away. So we will send this to replay.
And Ira, checking out the view from our stream on YouTube, it looks like it's a good couple inches in the back of the court. I think it'll be a successful challenge.
Thanks, Noah.
Noah Chast, who not only brings us great stories, he spends his time earning extra money running his own replay channel. And the ball was indeed in. Raul Patel, tell your buddies on the sideline to put on a poker face. Don't give Vegas any clues. The Ramblers will not lose the challenge, and that allows Las Vegas to draw within 1. It was a 4-point lead not too long ago. They go to Patel, and he splits both Keegan and Carlson.
Yeah, what a swing that time from Patel, the lefty on the left side of the court, able to go outside the two-man block of the Ramblers. Gets that ball down for the point.
Jumps well, says Patel. Here's Gainer to serve. Jordan Hoppy, that's wide.
Now the overhead connection between Keegan and Hoppy just not quite on point, not as sharp as it was on Friday in their last match, so something that they're going to have to continue to work through. Hoppy not able to turn that one down the line as the set just didn't really develop all the way out to the antenna.
Little floater by Gainer. Do they go right back to Matt Kanicki? No, they decide to target Hoppy, and he delivers with a resounding swing. 15-13. Vegas still within 2. Jordan Hoppy. Can he add more to his league-leading ace arsenal? Rosa able to at least elevate that one. Patel, he'll swing. Any touch? Yes, there was, at least
Late
according to our line judge on this side. I didn't see a touch, but what do I know? And that will make it a 15-14 game. Correction, 16-13 as the scoreboard's been adjusted, and that will send us to a technical timeout with the Ramblers leading 1-0, but down a pair here in game number 2. We're back here at courtside. Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, Noah Chest. No Nick England, he's playing with Fluffy. And Liam Jenkinson will serve. Big swing from Vegas, comes back. Second shot, they go right back. And the tool of the block by Auerkamp.
Auerkamp getting inserted into this game, replacing Ryan Mather at the opposite position. And that time, Auerkamp scores on the second chance opportunity off the block as the left-handed Joel Auerkamp gets that point.
Experienced 30-year-old out of UC San Diego, and he teams here with Kavin Vaz for a stuff down. Back-to-back points for Vegas. And Matt Kanigi, the pro from Spain, your server here. And a miscommunication between Kanigi and Hoppy. You can tell the inexperience that they have not trained a lot together, and that's where the miscommunications come in.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate error that time from the Ramblers, as Kanigi probably should have gotten out of the way and let Jordan Hoppy set that ball.
Too long. We'll take a look here at Auerkamp. He's actually 31 years old, born in 1991. He concluded his collegiate career at UC San Diego with the Tritons back in 2014. He left this one short. He's out of Mission Viejo, California. And Carlson is capitalized there on the ace by Haskell. Colorado keeps finding ways to score points, Matt. Anytime Vegas in this set draws within one or two, either a big serve or a long rally that's favored Colorado. That's blocked back on the swing by Vaz. This one stuffed back as well, off of the ceiling, and a lucky break for Vegas. Over on one. Can the Ramblers capitalize? No, they can't, because Rowdy Martin is a carnival ride of fun.
What a block, a solo block. And Cody Martin in transition on Jordan Hoppy, or John Carlson shutting it down. Wow.
Who is this Rowdy Martin, and where did he come from? Because he is a ball of fun. And we are going to see a change here at setter as Keegan comes out and Spencer Andrews comes in. I think we all need a Rowdy Martin bobblehead. Get it in the NVA store, folks, as that is put away by Hoppy to momentarily quiet the Kraken. Hey, Noah, if you hear us, can we go talk to the marketing whiz upstairs, Nick England? We need a Rowdy bobblehead. That is a missed opportunity if we don't add it to the store. Martin over to Hidalgo and return fire blocking style as Vaz, he and Andrews shut the window. And every time Colorado tries to pull away, Vegas has a little extra fight in them here. They don't want Colorado to even this at one set apiece. Here's Carlson to serve.
Resiliency of Las Vegas is really being proven.
And Vaz with the big block. Vin Vaz doesn't say much, but he does his talking in the middle.
He allows his play to do his talking.
And now, it's a 1 point set. Rowdy Martin turns and fires, but that's dug up. Patel is there. Martin goes to his trusted friend Hidalgo, and he's able to tool the block deep and wide. So now it's Rowdy time. And he unleashes the ace. Rowdy time is ace time for Colorado, and Vegas will talk it over. Timeout Las Vegas, it's 22-19, and Colorado keeps finding answers. Timeout on the board, we'll be right back for more. So Martin with the serve. Vegas desperately needs to score here. Hidalgo makes sure they don't as he punishes it for yet another kill. We talked about it at the start of this set that he needs to come alive if Colorado's going to have a chance to tie this up. And well, they're 2 points away from forcing a third set even at one each. Another change coming up here for Vegas.
Max Osmundson getting into the game here, his first appearance for the Ramblers this season.
Out of Hope International University, and he's immediately eaten up. Patel with the pass. Martin goes to Jenkinson, and the Queen will not approve. Vaz, Hoppy with the stuff. Martin, that is defended by Vegas. Carnegie with the attack. Can Colorado capitalize? Patel, oh, Patel buries the bomb. And Colorado Kraken have 4 set points here in game 2.
What a turnaround by the Kraken here in set number 2. Answering the bell every single time the Ramblers do climb back in. They just pull right away again.
And that is left short. Well, Las Vegas knows a lot about expansion teams. Of course, the Las Vegas Golden Knights made the NHL Finals in their first year, which is unheard of. Colorado Kraken showing that you could be an expansion team and be competitive immediately here in the NVA. And they look to end the set. Hidalgo, that is popped up, good defensive play by Vegas. And that comes over on one. They go to Hoppy. And they can't bring this one back. So Vegas able to stave off back-to-back set points. That now makes it a 24-22 deficit. Still work to do. As Spencer Andrews will have to wait a moment. Colorado calls a timeout as well. We'll take our final timeout here in game number 2. Be back for more. So a timeout for Colorado to momentarily try to ice this Rambler squad. If I'm Colorado and Vegas scores again, I call yet another timeout. Can the Ramblers whittle this deficit down? Patel to try to end it, and he tools the block, and game number 2 belongs to the Kraken. 25-22, same score but in reverse, and we are even at 1 set apiece. Set 3 coming up here at the Pierce Sports Center at Colorado, looking for the upset.
And welcome back in, Pierce Sports Complex, getting ready to start set number 3, but before that, got some sideline reporting from Noah Chast.
Thanks, Matt. I'm going to talk about Rowdy Martin, who's, his play style is as electrifying as his hair. And he's never really played competitive indoor at this level before. He's a sand player from Denver that Coach Zacklison just found from the sand community there. And they've been slowly converting him into this indoor setter. And that's why he wasn't at Event 1, because they were still kind of getting him acclimated to the indoor style. And here's the thing, he's only 21 years old, so still so much to learn in terms of the indoor game, but it's incredible to watch what this really young and inexperienced indoor player is able to do for this Kraken squad. Matt?
Good stuff, Noah. Thanks for that. Very exciting. The youth on the Kraken side, especially with Cody Martin at the center position. Nice to see some raw talent being developed here.
Yeah, again, he and Patel both similar in that regard, guys who unheralded in the indoor game. They obviously have experience elsewhere, but if you can play the game, you can play the game. I don't care what the surface is. The difference being, now getting used to playing the 6s game rather than the 2s. But if you're a setter anywhere you are.
Yeah, Ramblers making a couple changes back to their original lineup.
Served by Carnegie. Jenkinson, that is a touch by Carlson, takes out half the table, but it's sent over. We will have no stats for a while because our...
Well, that was the challenge system TV
the challenge
screen.
System is gone.
Been taken out.
The stats are gone. Poor Kenzie Shand, our reliable statistician, has lost a hand. It was trapped in the computer, and we're gonna need a surgeon over here.
Hand specialist stat.
Nothing works here, but Matt and I are still here, so we'll at least tell you what's going on, but there won't be any stats for a while. So that service error never happened officially. The scoreboard, however, is continuing to function, and it's 2-1. And here's Keegan to serve. Here's Hidalgo with the roll. Oh, reach out and stuff someone. Gaynor and Patel with a statement stuff. And also that won't be tracked on stats either, so never happened. Here's Matt Gaynor, strongest man we know. Here's Vaz. That's blocked back. Nujian's there. Vaz wants another crack at it. And this gets stuffed down, this time by Haskell and Jenkinson. And Colorado is a gnat in the side of this Las Vegas squad.
Yeah, Colorado blocking defense really proving to be a formidable block that time, scoring multiple points. And here's another one.
This will be poked over. Big pop up here for Gaynor. They go to Patel. He had to have a back step, and that threw him off his game. Left it short, the lefty from the outside.
Yeah, Patel just not quite there. That set drifted off the net a little bit. Patel couldn't make the adjustment midair, resulting in that attack error.
So it looks like everybody at press row is alive again. That's good news. That one ping-pongs off the ceiling for Colorado. That's bad news. And that results in an ace for Vegas. And they have, well, they've weathered the storm of those blocks, and they have taken a 4-3 lead here in Game 3. Martin pokes it in the air. Jenkinson sends it over. Carlson with a useful spot in the back corner. Hoppy can't connect. Hoppy's struggling a little bit in the service game.
A little bit, yeah, today he is. He's only got one ace through the 2 first sets here in the start of set number 3.
Jankinson, that one scooped up. I thought that might have been a carry there by Keegan. They play on, and it doesn't matter because Haskell with the finish.
All right, now it's mostly Colorado playing a good brand of volleyball, kind of taking it to the Ramblers a little bit here in set number 3.
Popped up nice and high. Blocked back. Another chance here for Vegas. And a useful spot by Jordan Hoppy, hanging in the air like he just doesn't care. And Kaveen Vaz, his squad up 6-5. He'll serve. And that one lands in Big Bear Lake. California will be mentioned before the end of the season. Mather back in. He gets back in the kill column. It's a column he's very familiar with. When Brandon Rattray was not available at the start of the year, he was finishing his European season. It was Ryan Mather who took over. Mather had 23 kills in a 3-2 win over Southern Exposure back on April 8th. And then he had 15 more the next day against the Ontario, aka Inland Empire Matadors. So Mather is almost always on, and as I say that, he's off here. So, as that one sails long, 7-7 is our score. Game 3 is our third of 4 matches today. We still have the 405 Expressway matchup coming up at 6 p.m. Pacific. Rowdy Martin skying again. And that one will find his way through. Jonathan Carlson gets the result. Patel, that will come over. Chance for Vegas to run an offense, and Matt Carnegie gets to swing away. So a kill for the former Vassar star. Rahul Patel showing off his vertical, jumping over the Mikasa sign. Great product placement in Mikasa. Your balls are great, and your signs are just small enough to clear.
Only if you're Patel.
I might be
I'd
able
like to see
jump
you try
over
to
that.
jump over one of those signs, Ira.
I think I can do it. That
Without
one?
hurting yourself?
Well, I didn't say I couldn't hurt myself, but I think I could clear it. It's about the size of a hurdle, maybe a little higher. I did hurdles a little bit
You
in
too?
high school. Yeah, ran the 110 hurdles in high school a few times. We were forced to. That is blocked back. And that is knocked wide by Hidalgo. I actually won a race.
Just one?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was the one race where I was matched up against other slow people.
Were there other people on the track?
No, there were, oh God, 4 or 5 others,
Yeah.
and plus myself.
Did you get a head start?
No, I did not get a head start. I was just running
Tailwind.
against slow people. And that is a big palm to the court. Matt Gaynor.
Matt Carnegie does not like that one that got thrown down. We see a little stank face from our first official.
That's
Batter
an
there.
open hand slap. It had Chris Rock written all over it.
Ooh.
Joust comes back to the Colorado side. Vaz tries to Tippett's into open space, and the Ramblers are going to play on here. Martin goes back to Patel, and somebody was into the net. I don't know if it was Vaz or Keegan, but it's definitely against the Vegas side. And then somebody said something the officials did not like, and the yellow card comes out. The magic words may have been uttered.
This is a family gym, so those choice words need to stay a little bit of a lower volume as Michael Keegan gets the yellow card.
We have a baby dog upstairs. He's impressionable. As Vaz able to tool Gaynor. Gaynor thought he had it. 11-10 now. Vegas finds themselves back up. This is now a seesaw third set. Been entertaining, though. And that is left short by Keegan. We go to Hoppy. Did he clip the line? Officials say no.
And these are the little errors that the Ramblers keep making that allows the Kraken to stay right in this match. And Coach Miguel has seen enough. Ramblers call a timeout.
Yeah, so Miguel Monterola says, we're going to talk, guys, because we need to win this set. And 12-11 Colorado on top. We'll take a real quick break, come back for more here in San Bernardino. Back here courtside, he's Matt, I'm Ira, Noah's somewhere, so's Nick, walking a dog. As we continue on live from the Pierce Sports Center in our 11th of 12 matches, this regular season event. This is our 35th match of the season. I can do math that quickly in my head, Matt Prosser. That skill's not gone just yet, as Mather misses again. Well, 12 more matches, the 3-day weekend of Father's Day. And 12 more matches as that deads it off the tape. And down the line, and Hoppy cannot connect. Was that a carry? Was that a center line violation? Was that a lot of a lot?
Apparently it was neither, because neither of them were called. Neither of them were called by our officiating crew, and Ryan Mather comes out of the match, and Joel Auerkamp comes back in to play opposite for the Ramblers.
Joel Auerkamp, during his Triton career at UC San Diego, was a kill machine. He finished in double figures in kills 18 different times, including 20 or more twice, so he's definitely a producer. But surprising to, I think, all of us that Ryan Mather's been inconsistent since the first set ended. Carlson, that's run down by Hidalgo, then Martin calls everybody off. Chance here for Vegas to counter, and they do. Kaveen Vaz burns them.
Well, the second and third opportunity chances from the Kraken are really doing lots of benefits for them. A lot of defense, a lot of deflection on the block, really making the Ramblers work for their side outs.
14-12, Colorado still with the edge as they search for dampness on the court. Patel gets shut down. Kaveen Vaz teaming up for a block with Joel Auerkamp. Our camp is 6'7", 205. Doggo with the tip. They go to Carlson, and he finds the back corner.
That's
Good
a nice
spot.
heads-up play by Carlson. Able to see the open spot, kind of curls it off his hand and then down to the corner for the point.
So if we called the back right corner coffin corner, is this one the dirt nap corner?
It's a good question, Ira.
We need a name. No look tip there by Haskell as he finds.
I would say a bilateral coffin corner is adequate, but that's just my personal preference.
Jenkinson, the server. That is blocked back. Boz quickly there with the hands. And well read by Colorado. Rowdy Martin turns and the lights shine bright. Colorado continuing to lead now 16-14. Boz, hands were there for Haskell. Martin with the tip into a useful spot. Oh, Rowdy Martin is wrecking the Las Vegas game plan, Matt.
Yeah, and I'm over here looking at the Ramblers coaching staff, and it look like they're playing a no-limit hold'em poker game. Just not a lot of emotion. We're going to see a setter change as Michael Keegan comes out, gets replaced by number 15, Spencer Andrews. Once again, we saw this change happen in set 2.
Off the tape. Carlson swinging away, and he gets some momentary reprieve. And Kaveen Vaz. Vegas would love to see him go on a little bit of a scoring run here. He's already had a couple of aces today. But he won't get the chance to serve. They're going to hand the ball here to Max Osmundson. See if this move pays off. Deep float, Hidalgo's there for it. That was recognized that time, and attacking was Vegas. Here's Martin outside, Patel. Backpedaling is Osmundson. Rowdy, will he tip it again? This time Vegas read it well. Carlson swinging away. Rosa's there. Somebody wants it, nobody wants it. Patel didn't exactly put it into a useful spot to swing at, and Colorado miscommunication.
Well, Patel was trying to set Rowdy on the right side, but he had curled under to try to set in transition, so a little miscommunication that time and a bit of a chaotic play on the Kraken side.
Kraken still lead by 1. Here's Patel swinging, tooling the outside of the block. One thing I'll say about Patel, he looks like he's having more fun out there than anybody.
Very true, Ira. Same could be said for the whole Kraken squad there. Very positive, very optimistic, playing together as a team, and the Ramblers on the other side in a bit of trouble. Not a lot of emotion being involved and some frustrations coming out as well.
Hey, listen, not to have a Las Vegas pun, but this entire season for Colorado is playing with house money. And Haskell and Martin with another big stuff.
And Matt, you mentioned the emotion on the Ramblers side, and during that timeout, Coach Miguel told his team to manage their emotions. They're sort of letting the Kraken's pace dictate their game, and I don't know if they're managing it well enough by not showing any at all.
Block by Haskell. What is happening?
We may have another upset brewing here, as earlier we saw the Seattle Sasquatch get their first victory of the season, and perhaps the Kraken getting inspired by that, trying to pull off the upset here.
The obvious difference being that Seattle took over a Dallas Tornado squad that was, well, without two of its biggest weapons, including the record breaker Felix Chapman, who had to leave because of a pre-scheduled flight. This is a Ramblers squad that minus Brandon Rattray is at full strength. The question is, if they lose this third set, does Rattray emerge?
I would be very surprised to see Rattray come into the match at any point. I think he did warm up a little bit, but didn't seem to hit any balls during warm-up, so I think that right elbow is going to prevent him from getting any PT today.
That set by Martin was a little tight. Hidalgo had to stop his approach one step in, just use his athleticism to put that one to the floor. And Colorado, my goodness, they lead 21-17. Here's Dylan Haskell. That one, no good. Between sets 3 and 4, we're gonna have Noah investigate what's in the air in the altitude in Colorado, because this is amazing right now. Hidalgo swinging away. Carlson brings it back. And Jordan Hoppe, oh, that's wide as well.
Those are the plays that the Ramblers just are not executing on. Kraken making the Ramblers go 2, 3, sometimes 4 attacks into a rally. Playing good, solid defense, and the Ramblers just not able to find the court in transition that time.
Rowdy Martin can serve away here. And a misfire. Matt Knigge. I didn't see a touch there at all.
No touch on that one. Set point. Oh, sorry, 23-18 now for Kraken.
They haven't been able to get Knigge involved really at all, and that time he finally gets a chance to swing. And just couldn't find the spot. Do they go to him again? Not here. That's blocked back. Knigge has the hands. That is run down by Rowdy Martin. Hidalgo will dump it over. They go to Hoppe, and smart play by Jordan. Didn't try to do anything too fancy there. They've been missing badly on their attacks.
Now they have that set just a little bit too tight for Hoppe to take a swing at, but nice court awareness and vision. Throw that one down with the left hand for the point.
Jenkinson, he delivers from the outside, and this will give Colorado a number of set points, in fact 5, as they lead 24-19. And we will see to come in here for this final point, Trenton Lance, their other young outside, will give Patel a break. Hoppe with the first shave of the set point off as he picks up the kill. Set point number 2 here. Trenton Lance delivers his first swing of the match. Ends game number 3. And the Colorado Kraken have a 25-20 win and a 2-1 lead. Trying to pull off what would probably be one of the biggest upsets in NVA history. Set number 4 coming up next. Come back for more here in San Bernardino. Well, the Ramblers, they're certainly in scramble mode now, and there was a big meeting on the court before the Las Vegas squad took the court again for game number 4 to get us some insight on what was said. Here's Noah Chast.
Well, I'll touch on that in a sec, Ira, but you mentioned, you asked, to figure out what's going on in the Colorado air, who's got these Kraken playing so well. And it's just an outstanding amount of confidence. When I spoke to them post-game on Saturday after their 3-1 or 1-3 loss to the Stunners, they felt like they played great and everything was starting to come together. And they told me with stern, confident faces, we're going to be a different team on Monday. We know of it. So they're just playing with a chip on their shoulder, like no one can stop them until they prove it. And in terms of the Ramblers, what that conversation is Matt Carnegie taking charge, saying we're going to try out a few different things on the blocking scheme and on the offensive side of things. And let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll go back to the way we're doing things. But for now, let's try it basically my way.
Well, his way might be the way right now because nothing else seems to work. And he played well in that first set, and Colorado had opportunities to win game 1 as well. This could be a 3-0 win for Colorado right now. But here is Ryan Mather getting back involved. He now has 11 kills. And what's notable, coming after 3 sets, Colorado had 11 less kills in Las Vegas, 43-32. The ball has been moved around nicely. 10 kills after 3 sets for both Mather and Hoppy, 8 apiece for Carlson and company. And I'll tell you what, for Las Vegas right now, they got to get Mather going. He is the biggest difference maker they have offensively. As of now, Las Vegas has committed 10 attack errors, balls in and out, and they have been blocked 10 times as a whole.
And they just are struggling to find their offensive rhythm, are the Ramblers, and then their block and defense, the ball keeps falling.
And that was last touched by, looks like by Gaynor, so that will be a point on the joust that will go over Michael Keegan, helping win it.
Yeah, that one almost always goes in the direction of the offensive player, not the blocker.
And it's because of that follow through. 2-2 here in game 4. Here's Patel. That's blocked back by Carnegie and Mather. Patel very tight to the net. And Patel's gonna put that down as he flexes. 5'11", elevating against the taller trees.
Elevating and flexing afterwards, showing off that bicep as his teammate did earlier.
Colorado's got personality. And personality is fun to watch.
And that personality is a result of them winning, definitely, as they continue to put the pressure on the Ramblers here to start set number 4.
And Ryan Mather misses again. This match has gone to the dogs right now. Ollie England is bad luck. This time Mather just pounds it off the top of the block. Maybe a better approach at this point.
Maybe it's the Monday whites, the uniforms that the Ramblers went with, matching their team mascot, Ollie England, like you mentioned, the white Akita.
That one is left short, dancing off the tape. Taking a look at the chat here, Antoine Aguillard, obviously one of the talented middles for Vegas, not on the trip. He is confident that Vegas will come back. And we did say earlier that when Chapman left midway through the match because he had to catch a flight, and that helped Seattle substantially. Of course, Sasquatch were winless coming to this weekend, and they were already handcuffed because they were missing probably their top offensive option in Sam Cole.
Yep.
So that didn't help Seattle's case, so maybe that helped balance it out a little bit once Felix Chapman had to depart. But all due respect to Sam Cole, right now Felix Chapman offensively is playing better than anybody in the league, and it's not particularly close. Those two don't really cancel each other out. I think we may have a challenge on a touch here, assuming the equipment still works. Remember, in game number 3, the table was basically annihilated. Kenzie Shan, our official scorer, who worked so hard, and our entire replay system all were taken out. So let's see if everything's in working order. First time we've had a chance to look at it ever since. Get a look here at the replay.
And they're challenging whether the back row attack was indeed over the 10-foot line, because that was the call on the floor.
Well, looking at it right here, I think he was behind the line from this vantage point. I don't see the toe touching. That's a great call by you, Noah, to alert the viewers of what we should look for. Yeah, I don't see any reason to overturn this.
And so since the play was blown dead, since on the floor they called an over or a back row attack, they are replaying the point since it was blown dead at the time of the call.
Right, so
a successful challenge.
Challenge that gets it right, and this will allow Patel to serve away. So we'll redo it, and Ryan Mather has finally gotten his mojo back.
Now that is a big swing right there from big Ryan Mather, the 6'8" opposite hitter, hammering that ball with a super sharp angle that time.
And that falls in for the ace. One more opportunity here for Mather. And that will fall on the line. 3 in a row for Vegas. And they now lead 7-6. And Hidalgo returned fire for Colorado. Big side out. Insertion of Duarte into the lineup here for Las Vegas pays off with a kill. Josh Duarte, his first action.
Yeah, Josh being up and early, available for Keegan to set the ball to him and run some offense through the middle, which is something that the Ramblers have struggled to get the connection going today.
Jonathan Carlson had 8 kills through the first 3 sets. And that's a big-time shutdown. Duarte, welcome to the party. As he's in for Kavin Vaz, a interesting decision. Vaz has kind of been up and down in this contest. Marty Martin will go to Hidalgo, and that was blocked back but defended by the Kraken, who dump it over. Chance for Vegas to run it. That's over on 2. Rosa kept it alive. And then Hidalgo once again comes through.
And again, the continuation play from the Kraken, giving themselves multiple opportunities to attack. Finally getting that one through the block and out of play. And they scored the point.
Served by Martin. And JJ Rosa, the table gets hit again as he can't track it down. But the good news, everything this time sort of in working order. So Jackson Prescia, who was saying in the chat that maybe putting all the equipment courtside wasn't a good idea, that was the first time all year that in 35 matches the equipment had ever been connected with, and then now it's happened twice in the same match. So definitely an announcer's jinx there, but in reality, the equipment's courtside in every sport. We're not special here at the NVA. I mean, we are special, but we're not, special. Our equipment's not special. That's what I meant to say. We're actually very special. Thanks for joining the show.
You're special, Ira.
Oh, you're special too.
I'm just happy to be here.
I feel special being around you all. As that is left short. Matt Gaynor will serve. He feels special a lot of the time. They're going to go outside to Mather, and that's not going to come back as well. So Mather is heating up. That's great news if you're a Vegas fan. Hoppy will go back to serve. If he can get it going, then that's going to reshape what this fourth set might look like. Vegas has a 2-point lead. It's 12-10. They win this set, we go to a fifth. And now we kept alive here. Niggy got blocked back. He wants another try, and he scorches the earth. Biggest blast from Carnegie today as he has struggled to get going, but maybe that will start the engine. Martin goes to Patel, and he might be 8 inches shorter than Matt Carnegie, but he's a dangerous option he's showing.
Yeah, he sure is. Kid can fly, and another left-hander on the court. Does a nice job taking care of that set.
You know what they say about the size of the fight in the dog, and he has a lot of fight in him, but this is bad news if you're Colorado, because Matt Carnegie said, let's do it my way, and his way right now is working.
Yeah, Carnegie's warming up, that's for sure. A little frustrated, perhaps, at his performance, or at least the number of opportunities that he got in the first 3 sets, but really becoming a force offensively for the Ramblers.
Haskell, sneaky with that roll shot. Here's Patel, your server. Nugent, good pass. The roll by Mather is blocked back, but the official says that Colorado was into the net. They immediately say, hey, let's go replay that. Immediately showed the TV screen. Haskell was adamant about that. But I think they're going to let this one live on. And this will be Ryan Mather serving, 15-12. And that comes over as an ace for Vegas, and it takes us to our technical timeout. The Ramblers got to win this set to send it to a fifth. Colorado looking for a comeback when we come back as well. And we're back here courtside after our technical timeout, game number 4. The Ramblers lost the last 2 sets, 22-20. So Colorado looking for a 4-set win. Las Vegas trying to extend this. Patel goes coughing corner, but no nail for him.
No, that one was a little overzealous on that attempt. The set over into the corner, missing it by a couple of feet.
Mather's serve again, off of the tape. The tape monster bites.
Well, Ryan Mather, his 3rd service ace of this set alone, really releasing that frustration that we saw from him when he got subbed out for the 2nd time in set number 3.
And Ryan Mather is now carrying the workload for the Ramblers as we thought he just might. That is saved off the block. Another chance for the Ramblers from the back row. And that's Jordan Hoppy's turn to get involved. And the Kraken are going to certainly chat about this. 19-12, the Ramblers are running away with game 4, and the momentum has swung back towards our guests from the desert. A team that last year thought they were going to win a championship was upended in the final against the OC Stunners. This might actually be, Matt, a good thing for the Ramblers to be tested against a team that they didn't expect to do that.
Yeah, I know it's definitely an opportunity for a little character growth and some accountability from players that, with Brendan Rattray not playing for the Ramblers today is giving, a bit of a wrench in the gears here a little bit to try to figure out what it is that their personnel can do.
Obviously, they have gone to 5 this year and then some in a 24-22 5th set loss to the Texas Tyrants in what was at that time a battle of unbeaten teams. New Jersey is the only team unbeaten in the league at 6-0. Nobody's without a loss or without a win now after Seattle picked up its first win today. Patel swinging away, and that comes up big for the Kraken as they get the side out, still down, however, substantially. Here's Haskell. Dylan Haskell, your server. And not for long. John Carlson. Serving away here for the Ramblers. Rowdy Martin didn't get a good attack there, but it was enough to fall where nobody was. And a big break for the Kraken. If you're Las Vegas, anytime Rowdy's up there, you got to keep an eye on him because he's willing to swing at any moment.
Any and every opportunity that he gets, he takes advantage of it.
20-14 now. That's a little bit tight. Ramblers able to keep it alive. They'll float this over. Martin leaves it for Matt Gaynor, and this will be a joust opportunity. And what a spot. Josh Duarte pointing to his head because he is wicked smart. Josh Duarte getting a chance to play. He has come through for this Rambler bunch. Except there, not there. He's pointing to his head again.
Didn't really get all of that one on that service attempt.
That was not wicked anything. It was just wicked bad. And Matt Carnegie continues to come through. Carnegie, who was a 3-time first-team All-American playing for the Vassar College Brewers in Poughkeepsie, New York, 2006, 2007, 2008. He was the UVC United Volleyball Conference Player of the Year as a junior and senior. Just one of the finest players in recent D3 history. And Patel able to tool the hands of Ryan Mather there. By the way, Carnegie's senior year, they're second nationally in blocks per set, averaging 1.3%. Just incredible numbers because he was also second in the country in kills per set. To be second in the country in kills and blocks, well, you know you're number one in points. Martin leaving for Patel. Went for the hands, couldn't connect. And now Vegas, they smell this fifth set. They lead 23-16. Patel getting a chance to swing, but not for not long, as Matt Carnegie and Ryan Mather put a big exclamation mark in this fourth set. And that was just Patel trying to go against two trees with long limbs.
Big blockers right there, yep.
Set point for Vegas. Jenkinson. That is collected by Carlson. Oh, and a burn from the back. Jordan Hoppe puts it end to game 4, 25-17, and we are going to game 5. Antoine Aguiar said this one is going to the Las Vegas Ramblers, and, well, his confidence in his guys, well, rewarded with at least one more game. Fifth set coming up next here at the Pierce Sports Center. Game 5 coming up here in San Bernardino, but first we send it to the sideline for a hit from Chess Kamanoa.
Thank you, Ira. Yeah, here we are, Game 5. Many of you may not have expected this, but we're at this point. And on the Ramblers side, maybe they didn't expect it, but they're finally giving the Kraken the respect that they deserve. On that bench, they were saying, this team's solid, they swing hard, they play good defense. We have to keep playing our game and pushing through it and being ready for that. And then on the Kraken side, they just have to, they're telling themselves they need to come to terms with the big plays that the Ramblers will have. They know that's going to happen, but they can't get down on themselves when someone like Mather bounces a ball. They have to move on to the next play and accept that those ones are just going to happen with this Rambler team.
Thanks, Noah. And this is a 5th set I don't think we expected to get to, but here we are. And for Colorado, they just need a couple of plays to get their confidence, their swagger back, and then all bets are off. I still think the Ramblers will pull this out, but can't count Colorado out at any point.
The Kraken build up a little bit of a lead here. It could be very difficult for the Ramblers to come back in once the momentum goes to the Kraken.
And I don't think Colorado ever touched that. That was off the net and out of play, and that would be back-to-back errors on the Mathers.
Very early on to use a challenge here.
This is a dangerous challenge for Vegas. They better be certain, because if they're wrong, they will go the rest of the 5th set without a challenge.
I don't know. Very tense moments now. It'll be very difficult to tell. We do have cameras on both ends of the court along the sideline there, so as long as there is good, solid evidence to overturn it. However, if it's irrefutable going towards the Kraken side that there was no touch, it'll be confirmed the call, and it'll be 2-0, and then the Ramblers will not have any more challenges.
This is a dangerous decision here for Las Vegas. In the 5th set, that's the time where you have to be absolutely certain. You have, obviously, wiggle room in the 1st through the 4th because you had 3 challenges, and if you're wrong, you got 2 others to back you up.
Ira, I wouldn't be surprised if Kraken get this call, because that attack line for Mather looked as if the ball went into the net, the top of the net, and then drifted out to the right side based on the direction of the bounce.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It looked like it hit the net and bounced up and ricocheted out of play without a touch.
And the replay is not quite up yet on the monitor, but I agree with both of you. And I was on that end of the court walking back, and it did look like it just hit off the net and did not contact a Kraken player. So there's going to have to be some irrefutable evidence if it is going to go the Ramblers' way.
Well, this challenge system has probably been the greatest innovation that we've added to the NVA this year. Our second biggest innovation is the addition of Noah Chast as our sideline reporter.
Don't forget about yourself, obviously, Ira.
I was added last year. You guys found me in Atlantic City.
Nick found you.
Well, Nick found me as a recommendation from Justin Beaumont. Every once in a while, Justin has positive things to offer. And I guess I was one of them. And there is a touch. My, oh my. The gamble pays off as the Ramblers get the side out, and instead of being a 2-0 hole, it's 1-1.
And they save their challenge to be used at a later time if necessary.
I don't know. I'm looking at that replay. I still wasn't certain of it, but that's what we got. We will play on. And the Kraken quickly get it back as Jenkinson hits it off the hands. So 2-1 lead.
Dropping his head and blasting that ball off of Michael Keegan's block and giving him a little extended stare down afterwards.
I'll say this about Colorado. They're fearless. They don't care. They're not scared.
No, they have nothing to lose, and they're playing with a lot of heart.
Jenkinson with the roll. I think that came up. And it's sent over here. Can the Kraken capitalize? They go to Hidalgo, and he delivers. Oh, my. That's not an easy spot from where he was hitting that pike. And I believe that was right on the line, Matt.
That definitely was right on the line. Ira had a great angle on it. Hidalgo has the angle as well. Look at how high he flies when he attacks that ball. Great swing by that man.
And he'll serve. 3-1 lead for the Kraken. Hoppy, Rosa's there to dig it up. Patel with the tip. Now a chance for Vegas to run something, and they will tool the block unless there was a back row violation, and there was.
There was. I saw it from all the way over here, Ira. His foot was halfway over the line.
As a crucial mistake for Ryan Mather.
Just like that, Kraken off to a 3-point lead here in set number 5, the race to 15 points.
And think about it, if not for that replay overturn, this could be 5-0 right now.
Credit to JJ Rosa with a few very important digs in that last rally.
Rosa plays with a lot of heart. He's obviously the most experienced player for this Kraken squad. And that one will get off of the block and tickle off the tape. So side out for Las Vegas. Matt Buffum, member of the New Jersey Freedom, let us know that the stat that I mentioned before is Jenkinson gets a kill here about Matt Carnegie being second in the country in blocks his senior year. Who was in first? Well, Thomas Burrell, currently of the New Jersey Freedom, former Stevens Institute of Technology great. Both guys extending their careers here, playing in the NVA. As that side out goes back to Vegas, it's a 5-3 lead. Jordan Hoppe. He will serve here. And he leaves it short. And Rowdy Martin just celebrates that one like he just won game 7. That is blocked back. Martin, oh, he tried to go over on 2, and Matt Carnegie says no mas. Here's Patel swinging away, and he's able to hit it off the block. Another smart play by the undersized outside who continues to come up big. And Carlson reach out and stuff someone. Rowdy Martin. Shock in the world. The Rowdy Martin with the block heard round San Bernardino. Over on 1, down on 1. Alvaro Hidalgo feasts on the over ball, and the Ramblers are in deep ollie. It is 9-4. We're gonna take a timeout. The Ramblers, they gotta figure this out quickly or they're gonna get shocked. Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, Noah Chast. Kavin Vaz has re-entered here for Josh Duarte. Patel will serve here. This is something. Mather says, well, let's start a new conversation as he buries one.
That's a big swing. Unfortunately, he now goes into the back row, which has been some problems for the Ramblers. He's foot faulted a few times on the 3-meter line, but he's got to make this serve now for the Ramblers. Down by 4, trying to stage a comeback.
He's got a match-high 16 kills, but that's a big error there.
Yep, that is an unfortunate service error.
And Haskell, he will serve here. The fans in the chat are calling for a Nick England substitution. He is not in uniform. They could use him right now. Rowdy a little tight. And here's Carlson to swing away. Oh, and Patel is playing too deep.
The Kraken blocker stayed down and Patel didn't step in. Roll shot finds the floor for the Ramblers.
I'll tell you what, with the Tornadoes losing, which was a shocker, the Stingers losing yesterday to New Jersey, and the Kraken, if they hold on to win, we have a 3-way tie in the American Central at 3-3 overall. A foot save and a beaut, but it doesn't stay on the court. And a big block for Las Vegas to now cut this to 3. The Ramblers, even with a loss today, would have a 2-game advantage, a 2-win advantage in the American Coastal over Southern Exposure. So obviously this doesn't mean as much to them, and they still will be in first place overall in the conference, but they're going for the W, and Kaveen Vaz with the big rejection.
Kaveen Vaz doing a great job reading the Kraken offense. Cody opting for the middle attack when perhaps he should have gone to Hidalgo on the left side, or the Bick from Patel, but still a 2-point advantage. Just get it one side out.
That's 3 in a row now for Vegas. Carlson, your server. Martin goes to Hidalgo. Cross court, what an angle.
Hidalgo with a huge cross court winner that time.
And that, for a moment at least, ignites this flame that Las Vegas had restarted. And here is Rowdy Martin, your server. And pulling the block, Ryan Mather, he saves behind the 10-foot line and gives his team a big kill. That's his 17th, and they trail 11-9. So we will have a double sub here. Coming in, and Spencer Andrews also coming in will be number 22, Joel Auerkamp. This will be Kaveen Vaz to serve. He doesn't want to miss this one. And he does. Oh, a costly error by the Ramblers. That is their 18th or 19th service error.
Very odd time to do the double sub. You basically iced your own server that time for the Ramblers and instantly reversing those 2 substitutions. So not too sure what the thought process there was for that. But Ramblers got to get a side out now or else they're in deep, deep trouble, Ira.
Well, Coach Matt Prosser likely would not have made that decision during the Stunners match, which will be coming up next at 6 p.m. Pacific. Doggo, your server. And Matt Carnegie, when you need a kill, go to the man from New Egypt, New Jersey. 2 towns over from where I live. Feels like 10. And here's Keegan the serve. Oh, that sails off the court. Rosa got handcuffed. That is crucial for Vegas now, because they're within
down.
1.
That is not something that has happened very much today. JJ Rosa giving up a service ace to the Ramblers, especially on the jump float serve. Now the Ramblers just down by 1.
Rosa had been serving or passing at a 77% clip. Very good. And then the big rejection. Carnegie and Mather. And Las Vegas has stormed all the way back from a 10-5 hole, and it's a whole new ball game at 12-12. Yikes. So Colorado now, what looked like they were going to pull off a shocker. They're going to have to work for this one. A race for three when Vegas has gotten their wits about them late.
Well, you said it, Ira, a race to three. 12-12, set 5. Here in the NVA gym. What else could you ask for?
No delay in my flight home. Hidalgo able to get a crucial side out as he sticks it past Hoppy and Kadigi. So now the ball in the hands of the unassuming middle, Matt Gaynor. Always seems to come through in a big moment. Off the net, that cannot be saved, and Mather coming up big here in set 5. Side out, Vegas 13-13.
Well, that was a pretty good opportunity to set that ball out of the net. Not too sure what happened there. The Kraken middle couldn't move quick enough.
And Jordan Hoppy, dangerous server with the ball in his hands. 13-13, game 5. May come over on one, and a big return as Carlson puts it on the floor, and the Ramblers down 10-5 now find themselves in the lead with 1 match point in their pocket. And they will look to end the comeback here. And that is long. Vegas is going to challenge this. They have a challenge because they won the last one. And the Ramblers, yep, they're going to challenge it. You see Matt Knigge drawing the TV with his hands. He certainly could play charades if this volleyball thing doesn't work out for him. And they're going to look at this. If this is in, the Ramblers are your winners.
If it's in, the match is over. And, could be something. What a comeback, but it's going to be hard to tell here. Fortunately, we have the challenge system. Going to have to see if the compression is on the line. That still counts as the ball being in.
If it's out, it's 14-14, and the Ramblers will play yet another.
That looks as if the ball is going to be in.
That is on the line.
Well, hold on, it's still going down. Still going down afterward.
Oh,
that's in, I think.
Oh, what is the outcome?
You're gonna call it in. That's match. Ball served in.
And it is an ace for Jordan Hoppy, the replay winner. And Las Vegas down 5 turns the tables, and they win 15-13 as the Ramblers hoist Jordan Hoppy on their shoulders, and they survive in 5 sets as they prevailed 25-22, 22-25, 20-25, 25-16, and 15-13. What an effort for Ramblers with their backs against the wall. They never quit. So with that win, the Las Vegas Ramblers, they improved to 5-1 on the season through 6 events at the top of the American Coastal and the entire American Conference.
What a match, Ira.
The Kraken, they fall to 2 and 4. It's still just a game now behind as I look at the standings, the Tornadoes and the Stingers, but Colorado showed us something, but at the end, it was just Las Vegas, too much experience.
Big credit.
In crucial moments.
Big credit given to the Kraken for really putting up a real solid, good effort fight today. Taking out of the gates, playing good, guys with really strong efforts that we hadn't quite seen throughout the season so far, but hopefully that a little fuel to the fire to get them in the practice gym when they get back to Colorado and continue to improve and get better, being that they were that close to the victory.
This is a good club, Colorado Kraken, and they have a lot to be proud of right now, and they are with 4 regular season matches to play. they're going to still very much be in the conversation, which is incredible considering how the year started.
Certainly.
And they can't hang their heads on this one. Yeah, they had ample opportunity to win this, especially leading 10-5, but Las Vegas just showed why they are a championship contender. They are never out of any match. Doesn't matter the personnel on the court. Ryan Mather at moments looked like that he lost his entire attack confidence, and when they needed him most, he came right back blazing.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, some good character development for the Ramblers after being up against the wall in some tense moments. And like you said, Ryan Mather coming through at the end with a huge block in set number 5. I think he led all scorers with points, offensively speaking, is Ryan Mather. And some good pressure from the inline, and when the Ramblers weren't playing their best and also didn't have Brennan Rattray on the court today as well.
So, our man of the match for helping fuel the comeback for Las Vegas will be Ryan Mather, and we'll send it over to Noah Chast for our man of the match post-game interview.
Thanks, Ira. Here with Ryan Mather, our man of the match. A thrilling 5-set victory, come from behind. Things weren't exactly clicking for you offensively in those first couple sets. How did you turn it around?
Just super focused. We're a super deep team, and anyone can come in, and we just put interchangeable guys in and out, which is really nice. But like Miguel was just talking about, the guys on the bench, staying super focused, bringing it in. Like Rattray bringing Waters to us, he's normally a starter. And, just that little bit of energy, like him doing that, even though he's one of our main attackers, right? And like him bringing water, things like that, guys on the bench talking, it really helps the guys on the court feel more confident in what we're doing, whether we make an error or we get a kill or something like that.
Not, the hottest start, but you finished with a match-high 19 kills. What does that say about your production and value as a player?
Yeah, thank you. I'm just trying my best out here. I got to give it to the setters. They're the ones who actually put the ball up there for me. They're working the middles, they're working the outsides. I get one-on-one blocks, which makes it a lot easier instead of having 4 or 6 hands in front of you. So the setters do a good job of spreading the ball out, which just makes it a lot easier for everybody on the court, especially when you got smart setters like Spencer, Tanner, Mike. So it makes it a lot easier when there's just two hands in front of you to get 19 kills like this. Yeah.
Between that third and that fourth set, Matt Carnegie brought you guys in and he said, let's try something, and if it doesn't work, we'll go back to what we were doing. What was that change he suggested?
Yeah, so we were almost trying to do too much, just trying to get back to like the fundamental stuff you learn like that. Let's just give them lots of this, let's take this, let's overdo certain things rather than try to play with our hands at the net and maybe let them make a little bit more mistakes. And I thought it helped throughout the match. With the defense behind the block, it was a little bit easier instead of, I know in the beginning I'm reaching and doing all these things, and he's like, just don't reach, just stay solid, and if they hit around you, that's good, let them make the move.
Well, it turned out well. You had a couple key blocks to end that match. Got the victory in 5 sets in a thriller over the Colorado Kraken. The Las Vegas Ramblers add another win to the tally with our man of the match, Ryan Mather.
Can I get a shout out real quick to all the Rambler fans watching? For all the families, thank you. Really appreciate you guys. So have a good one.
Shout out to all the fans. Happy Memorial Day.
Thank you, Noah, and I'll tell you what, of all the fan bases in the NVA, the Ramblers are certainly, them and the Tyrants probably in that conversation for the most loyal. They travel well.
Yeah, they do.
They support the team online when they can't be
Had
here.
a viewing party on Friday out there in Vegas with some sponsors. I heard about it.
Yeah, I love the team that can get a party going to watch the broadcast remotely from 5 hours away, and they were certainly enjoying this comeback today as the Ramblers showed us something. They were tested, and they came through with a passing score as they improved to 5-1 in the year. Their next action, as I look at the schedule, will be the first match on our 4th event of the year, June 17th, right back here at the Pierce Sports Center. They'll take on the Dallas Tornadoes in what will be a 9 a.m. Pacific match to start our 4th event of the season. Our 3rd event will end at 6 p.m. tonight. After that match concludes, that's what's coming up next here on NVA USA as the LA Blaze and the OC Stunners. Matt will be on the sideline coaching his Stunners as they look to continue a push towards the postseason as our 405 freeways.
Yeah.
They're freeways here
in California.
Sorry, I'm from Jersey. We don't have freeways there, but it'll be the Battle of SoCal. That's coming up next. Final numbers for this one as our man of the match, Ryan Mather, finished with 19 kills They got 15 from Jordan Hoppe, including the replay-induced match-ending ace, and 11 from Jonathan Carlson, who, without Brandon Rattray available, certainly was a big part of this W for Las Vegas. For the Kraken, they got 17 kills from Hidalgo. Alvaro Hidalgo continues to play well and help fuel a Kraken team that might say is overachieving. They're saying, well, we're just playing the game that they're here to play. And I'll tell you what, Colorado is an impressive bunch. They will be back from this one when we see them again the weekend of the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Any final thoughts from you before we wrap this one with a pretty bow?
Well, a pretty big day of action here in the NVA event number 3. Ira, it's always a pleasure to be sitting next to you and have the honor to call these games with you, and safe travels home to you, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
That'll be it for me on this trip. I'm going to take Noah Chast with me as well. We're going to head on over to the LAX Abyss, as I call it. Not my favorite airport in America, but we will get there safely, and then we will come back with you on Father's Day weekend for more NVA action. One more match on tap. It'll be Nick England. Maybe he'll be joined by his pup, Ollie. Maybe we'll have another special guest, or maybe, just maybe, Nick will do this one alone. You'll have to tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific to find out what is in store. Our final score today: the Las Vegas Ramblers bounce back from a 5-point deficit in game number 5. They win the set 15-13 and the match 3-2 to improve to 5-1 on the year. For our entire crew, our sideline reporter Noah Chast, and my partner, the All-American coach Matt Prosser, I'm Ira Thor. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Come back for our final match, and I'll see you again in 3 weeks. Be well, everybody.